Hi everyone, this is Robert again, coming at you with another video. Well, today's video, I was thinking about last week for my portable super shelter. Now, I have this video. I'm going to be setting up all my different style shelters that I've done in my shelter series. And I was thinking about which of those shelters would be good that you could make into a super shelter. Now, you have your tarp. You need your Gorilla Tape, which I always have this bunch of Gorilla Tape in my haversack. Need the Mylar blanket and like a plastic sheeting. Now, I'm not gonna undo this right now, but you just open this all up, take your Gorilla Tape, you can just take a strips of it like about this long. Open up your space blanket and just tape like one piece over here, one piece over here, maybe one in the middle, and just keep putting like pieces of it. You don't have to do a whole entire length of Gorilla Tape. Just enough to stick the space blanket onto your tarp. So after you get that all squared away, you take your plastic sheeting. Well, I'm not too sure if this is gonna really be able to drape over the sides and everything, but this will cover the front at least. I'm pretty sure it will. This is a plastic sheeting that I carry in my haversack all the time. So, I'm going to open this up, drape it over the front of this. Now this ends probably about half a foot short of my whole entire tarp, but this reaches the ground. I mean, I don't know how the sides covered up with plastic, but if you would get one of those 9x12, like a small roll of 9x12 plastic sheeting, you'd be able to cover this whole top. So I'm gonna have to get one of those and carry one of those around with me. So I'm gonna take this shelter down and set up one of my other shelters, see how much this plastic will cover the front of it. Now my plow point shelter with a floor, I mean, if you would get a big plastic sheeting and make homemade grommets on it, you could probably secure it to the tarp better than what I have right now. And you'll probably be able to secure it to the ground as well. I mean, this plastic bag was one of those air bags that is enclosed in like this like brown paper, and they little air tube right here. They blow air into it, and they put it between pallets so the pallets won't shift. So this is just like a big air bag, but what you can see, I have my floor. Then when this drops down, the heat will come from my fire, go through the plastic. You put your space blanket, tape it onto the back part of it, like the roof, and when the heat goes through the plastic, they'll go to the space blanket and back to you. Now the next shelter, I will try the Adirondack shelter. Now this shelter, the Adirondack shelter, would also make a very good super shelter. You can just let this hang down. You have your two sides, so you have your two sides covered. And all you have to do is tape up your space blanket right in the back. You could also tie up the back and stake it out or tie it to a tree so it can give you some more headroom. Then again, when you get your plastic sheeting, make your own homemade grommets for it, just like I did. Then you can tie it up at the top, and then you can stake it down into the ground, and it'll stay in place. It won't be flapping around and everything. Now at that side, there's about this much of a gap between the plastic and the tarp. This side, probably about this much of a gap. So if you place homemade grommets on the sheeting, you can tie it right to your tie outs on your tarp. So that way you won't have this all flapping when it's windy out. Now I guess I'll go for my last shelter, the Holden tent tarp shelter, super shelter. And the last shelter for possible super shelters with your regular tarp. Now this is a Holden tent. Now I moved this floor up more. I could have reversed it around, but there's much more of a floor on here now. Not really much room to nail down. But if you sit like this, it's okay. Then you just move the plastic down. And you have the fire right here. There's the fire right here, it's coming in. Then you just Gorilla Tape or duct tape your Mylar space blanket right on the back here. I mean, you don't even have to unfold it all the way. Probably like even a third of unfolding it, or even almost half. It'll cover this whole back. So when the heat goes in, hits the Mylar blanket and bounces back onto you. Now this will probably get pretty hot as well because there's not much there's not much area to heat up. So there it is. 4 shelters that you normally put up and with your own regular tarp, and you can make these into a super shelter. You need some plastic sheeting or a big clear plastic bag, Gorilla Tape, and a Mylar space blanket. And you can always carry the Gorilla Tape and the Mylar space blanket and the plastic sheeting, and you always have the option of making your own super shelter when it gets real cold at night or even in the daytime. Like right now it's pretty cold out here, it's about 35 degrees, but the next time I come out here to set up my portable super shelter, I'll wait till it gets a little bit colder and less windy. Then I'll light a fire and see how warm I can get it. But it's getting late now. I would have had a fire going if it was earlier. See how this heats up. And I get to practice on all my other, at least 4 of my other shelters, for practicing on how to put them up and make them into a super shelter. And that's all I have for today. So keep practicing on building your shelters. Now practice on trying to figure out how to make your shelter into a super shelter for the cold weather. Keep practicing on your knot tying. Keep practicing on your fire making, especially for the cold weather. And keep practicing on all other forms of bushcraft, because practice is the key to survival. Well, this is all for this video, and I'll catch you on my next video. This is Robert. Thank you for watching.